Hi, everybody. Today I want to talk to you about Google Jamboard. Google Jamboard is a digital whiteboarding tool, and it's newly found in our apps launcher. So there's a few ways you can get to it. You could type in Jamboard, and it would take you to that. Or you could go to your apps launcher if you're in your Drive. Slide down here, and there it is, Jamboard. So Jamboard is completely integrated into our G Suite. And so anything you create here is saved automatically in your drive. You can see I have a bunch of different testing jams that I've created over time. So let's create a new one and talk about some of the features that are here and maybe how you could use it with your students. So just like most Google tools, you have the ability to quickly rename the title. And so I'm going to call this Demo 1. And I just say OK. And you see that blue rectangle over here for share. So the cool thing about Jamboard jams is that you can bring people in to collaborate with you on the jam. And so I get the same sharing tools that I would for any other Google Doc. Right now, it's just set private to me, but I can add people as collaborators or editors, and then they could participate with me in the jam. Let's take a look at some of the other features that Jamboard has. You have the standard undo, redo. You can zoom in a little bit. There are some backgrounds, some basic backgrounds that you can choose from. So you could have lined paper. You could go with a grid. We'll go with a blank for now. And then this clear frame, that means that as you add content and different things to this, if you're ready to just start over, you can clear the whole frame. If you just wanted to get rid of pieces, you would use that undo button. All right, so the tools, we have a pen tool with just some standard colors here. We have a marker, highlighter, and a brush. So I'm using the pen right now, and I can do some writing on the screen. Again, if I had shared this with someone else, they could come in and do some things too. So the next tool down is the eraser, and maybe I wanted to clean up that too a little bit. And so that's how that works. You have the select tool, which basically just gets it back to the cursor instead of the eraser. The way you add text here is through something called sticky notes. And so adding some text, I wrote test. I'm going to do this in pink, so I have a few colors I can choose from. And then you can see that the sticky note comes up here. Now, there's some features with the sticky notes. You can increase them, and you can see that the text gets larger as well. You can rotate. So if you were trying to do some different things, maybe that's something you would want to do as you were collaborating on a task. You can duplicate this, and you can delete as well as edit. So here we are. I have my Post-it note sample there. And I'm going to move on. So the next thing you can do is you can add an image. And so you have this feature that's integrated with your Google Drive. So this would search for images in your Drive. You can do a Google search. So let's see here. I search for grasshopper, and I can add that grasshopper right into my jam. I can do some basic sizing. I could shrink that down if I wanted to. Same thing, I could duplicate if we needed more than one grasshopper. We have some different options. Maybe I want this one to be crooked, and I want this one to be huge. So with this image, again, you can bring the pen back, and you can do some labeling. You could bring in your Post-it notes and different things. Circle certain parts. Annotating over the top of that image. So just know that that's an option. Again, you can choose from photos in your Google Drive or images in your Google Drive as well. So if you had content like an assignment or something that's already made, you could save it as an image and then bring it into the jam. And then this feature, if you are presenting to students in maybe a live format or another group, you can use the laser pointer, and it just brings emphasis to certain areas for a temporary amount of time. So if we wanted to talk about the grasshopper a little bit and we wanted to point out the wings, I could kind of circle this and you can see it's just kind of emphasizing it temporarily. I really see some value in that ability to add content and then annotate and interact with that content. So if I go to my drive and let's say I have a math assignment that I've turned into an image, I can search for that and bring it right into the Jam. And I could do a couple of things. I could do this as a piece of almost like a two-sided slide where I'm asking students to work some things out and then maybe tell about what it is they did over here. This could also be just a workspace, a digital workspace, or an opportunity for them to create a problem of their own on this side. So you can see using the annotation tools, I could come in and do some different work here. Let's see, that's 4. I could put some labels in. Lots of different things you could do within here as you bring content in. All right, I'll wrap things up here, but I do want to remind you that you do have the ability to bring in images from anywhere on the web. Just a copy and a paste into this will work. You can see I'm doing that now. And same idea, move things around, manipulate them, annotate over the top. The thing that's nice is that you can do some screen snips. So if you have PDFs or other places where you have content living in the digital world, you can take screenshots and paste them right into this as well. So as we jump out of here and go back, it's really kind of the time to play with this and see what you can do. You can see a lot of these look like a mess, but it was really me trying to figure out how I might use this tool. Here's that example of adding an image of an actual dry erase board and then bringing in other content and doing some things over the top. So hopefully this video helps. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy Jamboard.